Oh, man. Now you're inside. Now what do we do with you? Now all sorts of things are gonna wildly unfold. You know, because you're still gonna fuck around, is what I'm saying. And it's good that you've said, yeah, you know, I've got the chutzpah to do this. You've at least now aligned yourself with something in your life that is more than the usual bullshit. Drugs, alcohol, sex, porn, food, and buying shit off of Amazon. Yeah, all that stuff. Now you've aligned yourself at least with a principle in your life that you maybe believe in, maybe don't believe in, or kind of like sketchy about at this point. Nothing's solidified, certainly. You've had enough, I guess, experience, or you just believe the authenticity of whoever said, yeah, you want to go down and you want to shuffle this way, ladies and gentlemen. You've just believed that voice, okay? You've believed the authentic voice of aligning yourself. But you know, it doesn't matter how clear my voice is as the teacher, as the asshole Zen teacher is. I still gotta, as the teacher, I gotta contend with the voice that's in your head. And the voice that is in your head, that's basically my job, is to get rid of the voice in your head. And it's a long ass job. And so in the meantime, you see that voice in your head is going to hijack your fucking life still. Even if you've said, I want to wake up, I want enlightenment, self-realization, I want to be a spiritual badass. That voice in your head is going to continue to hijack your life. It's just inevitable. Until the other voice becomes large enough to drown out that voice. And I know what I just said there sounded like innocuous enough, but actually that was fucking earthquake shit that I just said there. Okay, I'm going to repeat it. The voice in your head, the silly little voice in your head, you know, that's that voice, you know the voice, I don't need to tell you. It's been with you your whole life. It's like kind of like right now, I don't know what it's doing right now. Maybe it's entertained right now. Maybe it's like fucking scared shitless right now. But that voice in your head, right? The crazy voice in your head that's always talking to you, that you're always going back and forth with, that you're identifying with, and I'm, you know, and if I can only blah, 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 blah. That voice, you know it. Until, okay, here it is, until another part of you outshines that voice in your head. That voice in your head is going to win every single fucking time. And what is the prize that you win, ladies and gentlemen? The prize is bullshit in your life. The prize is drama in your life. The prize is dead ends in your life. The prize is suffering in your life. That's where the voice takes you. Yeah, that's what the voice is. The voice is suffering. So until this other part of you begins to outshine it, you're going to do all this silly nonsense. And you know what? Here's the deal. You need to do the silly nonsense. Now, hopefully the silly nonsense won't last fucking decades. Certainly I'm here, the asshole Zen teacher of spirituality for badasses, to like mitigate some of that for you. I want to help you not spend decades listening to the voice in your head. You know, but at the same time, you need to go through some of this silly nonsense, which you're inevitably going to go through. I went through it when I was your age as well. I did, I remember when I was out of college, the first thing I did is I went on an out-of-body experience sort of retreat in 𝐻𝐵, Virginia with Robert Monroe. It was really cool. It was really cool. And I spent a good long time trying to have an out-of-body experience. I put a lot of effort into it. I put a lot of, meditative time into it and money into it and reading into it. And it was cool. I'm glad I did it. Because it showed me that, I did have an out-of-body experience, and it kind of showed me that wow, okay, there's something to this shit. There's something to this whole religious shit. And I was an atheist before this. I was a fucking diehard atheist, basically. Maybe agnostic. Maybe agnostic is a better word. But certainly I had my atheist streak in me. So I went to this. I'm just sharing this with you because it's a good example of the foolishness that we do as seekers on the path. It's a good type of foolishness. So I went and did this whole out-of-body thing, and I had an out-of-body experience. A couple of them, many of them actually. They were repeatable, and they were cool. They were, and they showed me that, wow, there's more than this fucking meat body. There's just more than this meat body. And what a glorious thing to discover as a human being. Oh my God, there is something to this world beyond McDonald's and Exxon stations and getting a raise and 9 to 5 and fucking. There's more than diddling with my penis or vagina. Oh my God. That's what an out-of-body experience will do for you. That's what it did for me. It showed me that there's something afoot at this game, Sherlock. Something is afoot. What is it? It does not appear to be exactly as it is. There's somebody behind the curtain. There's magic. There's mystery. And it's real. Watson, this is a most interesting discovery. So that is cool. That is so cool when you can arrive to that point, when you really believe. And believe isn't the word. When you really experience, holy shit. Holy fucking shit. There is something more to life. I can't believe it. I mean, I am astounded. I'm blown away. I can't fucking believe this shit. There's something more. And there's such a relief in that. Oh my God, maybe you can feel it now in my voice. There's such a relief in that. I want to cry. It makes me want to cry. To know, to feel unburdened from that shackle. What a sweet relief. Oh my God. Oh my God. Really? Yeah, really. Really. It's fucking cool as shit, right? Yeah. And it kind of like, I remember when it happened to me, it was like, oh my God, like Santa Claus came back. It's like the Force in Star Wars is real. It's like magic comes back in your life. Magic. It's real. And there's a little part of you that's a little kid that sings. And that little kid is just like, thank you. Because it has been so fucking lost in the miserable adulthood. Right? So fucking lost. The miserable adult of responsibility and bills and money and work and relationships and bullshit piled upon bullshit. Politics and the nastiness of this world. And then you learn, holy fuck, there is light. There is the fairy fucking world, the gnomes, the genies, the mythology of the world, myths of this world that swirl around in the outer edges of our realities, the myths and the stories and the dreams of our ancestors, you see. They're real. Something is real there. And what a glorious relief. So you see, you need to, in many ways, you need to then explore, you need to go off, you need to allow mind to hijack. But then you, here's the fucking like, the ridiculousness of the whole spiritual process, right? It's like, okay, you have that relief and how beautiful it is, and then years later, months later or whatnot, you're back down on the street again. You're still unhappy. So this is the case. This is what happens. Is I had out-of-body experiences, and I discovered that Santa Claus was fucking real, and I'd return to being unhappy. Despite my psychic abilities, despite my metaphysical triumph, despite having aligned my chakras, I was still fucking motherfucking unhappy. Thank God. That's how fucked up this, spirituality is, basically. So the lesson learned there is that that whole metaphysical journey, the whole outer game, the whole initial game of enlightenment, again, crystals and, out-of-body experiences and all the rest of that hijinks, is just a refined fucking version of 3D reality. There came to me to understand that there wasn't much difference between an ice cream cone and an out-of-body experience. You eat the ice cream cone, and a day later you want another ice cream cone. You have an out-of-body experience, and a day later you want another out-of-body experience. So in other words, you have this out-of-body experience, and it gives you a moment of sort of like, wow, that was cool, and makes you feel all special, and and you think you're high and mighty and shit. And then 3 days later, you need another hit, and you continue to need another hit. So it's a drug. And that's what you learn. That's what you learn at that level. You learn that if you're smart, if you're not smart, there's where the back end is the eddy that you get caught in for a good long time. Then you dedicate. Then you kind of arrange your ego. So now that it's a drug addict, it's a metaphysical, spiritual drug addict. And you're just content with that the rest of your life. And you write books about it. You can even become a fucking teacher about it. But I just do that as an example. Is that I want to be very clear here that metaphysics will not make you happy. That tarot cards and horoscopes and the alignment of the planets, and I've seen this with so many friends, will not make you happy. No, it will not. But again, you've just entered this path. You've just said, hey, I want to dedicate my life to this, and this is going to come up. Because it's the first thing that hits you when you walk in the New Age store. It's the first thing that you see. The real teaching is it's one little book shoved all the way in the back of the store. And it's going to be a while till you find that book. So you've got to make your way through all these other books. And again, good thing, bad thing, upside down, bad side down, blah, blah, blah. Who knows? But you need to make your way through some of those books. And again, the first books that you usually see when you decide that you want to have a spiritual life are those metaphysical books. And you can have all the metaphysics in the world and you still won't be happy. I think we've established that. So you leave that behind. Now that chapter of your journey inside of this mountain, if you're lucky, is over. And now what do? Because these things that, with crystals and energy and chakras and astrology and whatnot. It's like a girlfriend you break up with, and now you're single again. And now where do you go? Where do you go? Where do you go? You're still suffering. Maybe you've continued to do other things outside of spirituality, like for instance, Alcoholics Anonymous, or you've gotten some therapy or whatnot, and someone mentions to you mindfulness and meditation. Ooh, that looks very enticing. That particular set of books in the bookstore I'm going to read about. I'm going to find out about meditation and mindfulness. Well, let us get in our lotus positions. Let us be mindful. Take a deep breath. Oh, yes, so good. That's good shit. No, we're not doing bong hits. We're meditating. Concentrate. Not doing bong hits. We're meditating. We're mindful now. We are mindful now. Let us explore what it means to be mindful. Oh yes, so good. So sexy. Are we ready? Yes. Let's do that. And now, oh my, now you are once again really, really fucked. And is that fucking a good thing or a bad thing?